and gentlemen, tonight's game ball is being delivered by Darren McFadden.
What you just heard was the Star Spangled Banner, fueled by soul, an amazing rendition of the national anthem via saxophone. As you see right there at midfield, the color guard making their way off the field. It is Military Appreciation Night here at Banco ZK Arena. You see returning starting quarterback Jordan Ambrose right there. The Diamonds are on the field, and so are the Goats. As it's going to be an interesting matchup tonight. As I mentioned during the pregame, both teams faced off twice last season. The home team was victorious. Now, here is our honorary captain, a man that needs little introduction here in the state of Arkansas, a former Razorback, and a man who should have won the Heisman Trophy at least twice. Darren McFadden is here for the opening coin toss tonight as he joins General Manager Loren Hatton. And the fans already know who he is. They explode with noise welcoming here. And the Diamonds have won the opening coin toss. That's one of my favorite parts of the football game, tuning in to the coin toss. We have the white hat mic'd up tonight. This is real. This is happening. The return of arena football in the Spa City. It was an explosive season last year. Many have described it as cinematic. It was almost a Hollywood script season for the team then known as the Hot Springs Wise Guys, as I mentioned, making it all the way to Arena Mania 2. And the back-to-back league champion, the then known as the Duluth Harbor Monsters, jumped ship, and now they're in a different league. So now the league championship is up for grabs for all 8 teams in the Arena League. This is the lone game taking place tonight in the Arena League. All other games will take place tomorrow night. And we're officially about to be underway, throwing off the 2026 Arena League season. You can hear public address announcer right next to me, Rich Rockwell, screaming his head off already to begin the ball game. I'm going to give a special hello and shout out to all of our friends watching live from St. Joseph, Missouri, especially the official Goats watch party at Jake's Steakhouse. And my good buddy Chip, the public address announcer, is holding the fort down back up north in St. Joseph as they tune in to tonight's game. We are ready for arena football. Aaron Dilworth, the man who needs very little introduction as well if you're an Arkansas Diamonds fans, throwing the ball off right to left on your screen. It'll be returned by the Goats. Taken at the 5, spins away to the 10, and he's finally wrapped down, and that's where the Goats will begin their opening drive of the game. It was Adrius Ely on the return for the Goats. And now we'll begin 1st and 10 from their own 10. The 50-yard wall-to-wall war is underway. Takes the snap, looks left, and pass falls incomplete. And we're just getting started here in Hot Springs. QB takes the snap. He's going to hand it off. Running to the right side. They're going to lose 5 yards. The Diamonds swarming into the backfield. An amazing stop in the opening drive of the game. I believe that was Calvin Bundage, the nickelback, on the stop. And now it's 3rd down. Looking from his own end zone. Has to scramble away. Nothing doing. I believe the roster for the St. Joseph Goats given to me may be incorrect. If not, that was Malik Willis, the ATH on the roster for the Goats at quarterback. And now St. Joseph will elect to punt, and the Arkansas Diamonds will take over on offense. 1st and 10 from their own 15. You see a new look for the Diamonds this season. The new all-black uniforms with diamond pattern on top of the helmets. This is a very sharp look for the Diamonds this year. And here we go, 1st and 10 for Arkansas. Quarterback Jordan Ambrose was a standout quarterback last season. Takes the snap. The coach trying to jump the snap. And now Ambrose takes off. He crosses the line of scrimmage, a gain of about 2. It'll bring up 2nd down and 8. Ambrose in the backfield alongside our player to watch I mentioned earlier, Troy Evans Jr., 13-year veteran of arena football. Diamonds have a man in motion. Ambrose looks to snap. Pressure coming. He takes off again. Wrapped up the middle. It's going to bring up 3rd down and about 6. Well, a very silent offense for the Diamonds to start their first series of the regular season. It is the first game for both squads, neither team playing a preseason game. Dilworth in motion. Hesitance at the snap. He's going to look for AD deep to the end zone. Caught! Does he have it? Yes, he does! Touchdown, Arkansas! Who else to open the regular season in touchdowns but the man himself, Aaron Dilworth, throwing a knockout punch, but the people's elbow, a WWE touchdown celebration to open the regular season for the Arkansas Diamonds. He does it again. And the same old chant from last year, albeit modified a bit. Who runs this turf? Diamonds. Now 2-point conversion coming from the Diamonds. Ambrose alone in the backfield. Zico in motion. Ambrose is looking to him on the left side. The Goats are swarming Jordan, and Jordan's going to try to get away, and he cannot. He is wrapped down near midfield. As Jackson Flowers on the stop. So the conversion is no good. 6-0 is our score after the Diamonds' opening drive of the ball game. 11:49 to go here in the first, and what a fast start. Right as I said, it seems a bit slow and silent for this Diamonds offense. They immediately feed me some crow. Now the Diamonds will throw off. Back to the Goats, looking to bounce back. As we continue to bring you the sights and sounds here of Bank OZK Arena. And Zeke throws off to the Goats. Returned by Ely. He's got some room down the far sideline. He's finally caught from behind. As that was number 21, Hosea Singleton, making the stop for the Diamonds. Jordan Seminette also there to make the stop. Now 1st and 10 for St. Joe. Quarterback Angelo Trujillo also returning for the Goats. First pass incomplete, but we have a flag down.
Illegal defense. The nose guard was not over the center on the defense.
So an unusual penalty, illegal defense. That may hurt the Diamonds a bit. I'll move the stick up 5 yards. 1st and 5. And now Coach Bagante wants to call a timeout. In very Coach Bones fashion, he immediately goes over to talk to the officials rather than his ball club. Coach Bones, a first-year head coach last year, joining the Arkansas Diamonds, then known as the Hot Springs Wise Guys. He was not a head coach before that season. He wanted to take on the challenge of an inaugural team as his first year at head coach. And the Diamonds gave him that opportunity, and he did not disappoint. He was the lone coach for that entire season, leading the Diamonds to the championship game. Officials wait. Now they'll run the clock. Angelo will toss it to the left side and losing a few yards. That's Tavian Cunningham. Wrapped up in the backfield. That was Primes with the stop. Now Angelo's going to have to scramble, firing to the end zone, and almost with an amazing one-hand catch was Ely, but it's incomplete. And that will bring up third down for the Goats, just like that. Ball at the 21-yard line. Trujillo takes the snap. Look out, he's hit, but got the pass away, and no room left. That was Darius Lorfus, the intended receiver on the play. Tyler Hunt with the stop for the Diamonds. Now it's fourth down and about 12. And the Goats are going for it from midfield. Trujillo looks to throw, firing down the near sideline and overthrows it. That ball nearly left the building, incomplete. And now the Arkansas Diamonds get a chance to take over from midfield. Taking the field tonight as one of the wide receivers for the Arkansas Diamonds is Zeke. Isaac Zico, former Purdue Boilermaker. Got a great story about him, and I'll tell you momentarily. Zeke in motion. Ambrose looks up the middle. He'll throw it to him. Zeke. Close to the line again. They'll move the chains. So Isaac Zico played for the Purdue Boilermakers from 2017 to 2018. He's wearing the number 4, and that is in honor of his good friend and old college teammate Rondale Moore, who tragically passed away earlier this year at the age of 25. So he's wearing the number 4 in honor of Rondale Moore. Zeke gets the ball again, and he's very short, close to the line again. We're going to call it second down and 1. The Diamonds move the ball well here. And a timeout called by St. Joseph. We take a look inside the Diamonds huddle. We can see just how personal of a coach Bones Bagante is. He cares about each and every one of his players, and even the staff as well. He's taking care of a lot of the front office staff and also game day operations staff. If you're a part of the Arkansas Diamonds organization, he's going to try and take care of you, and especially so for his football team. The lighting here in the arena is fantastic. It's kind of darkened up in the upper deck, all lights shining on the football field. Oaklawn's Arena League field. And here we go. Second down, they moved the stick back, so it's now about 2nd and 3. Ambrose looks left, trying to slip away, and the Goats corral him. The outside linebacker, Jackson Flowers, as well as James Bell, the duo making the stop for the Goats. And we'll bring up third down. And we'll call it 7. at the 15-yard line. Pretty good crowd here in Hot Springs for the opening game of the regular season. And now a delay of game penalty against the Diamonds. You know, with new ownership, local ownership, who purchased the team almost immediately after Arena Mania 2, came a rebrand as the Hot Springs Wise Guys became the Arkansas Diamonds to have a statewide appeal to bring fans from all corners of the state to Hot Springs. So it's going to be, it's a little bit getting used to not calling them the Wise Guys anymore. Ambrose takes the snap, looks to throw, has a little bit of time, looking for Zeke, but it's incomplete, overthrew him. And now someone from Oaklawn has a souvenir. And a PI called against St. Joseph. And that'll bring up 1st and goal for the Diamonds as they get a new set of downs from the 10-yard line. Ambrose sends Zico in motion. Jordan takes the snap, looks. He has a little bit of time. Looking down the middle, fires way high. He was trying to give Aaron Dilworth another chance for a one-handed grab, but it's incomplete, 2nd down. Here Greer for the Goats, wearing number 3. An interesting situation happened for St. Joseph taking place last night as the Goats affectionately titled it Jersey Gate, as somehow, some way, the Goats jerseys were sent to the wrong address. They were sent to Memphis rather than here in Hot Springs, Arkansas. And another penalty flag. It'll be delay a game on the Diamonds. So speaking of Jersey Gate, the Goats evidently wearing their normal colors, their beautiful powder blue jerseys, but they were very close to wearing gray and gold. They were prepared to borrow the jerseys of Savannah High School, the Savages. 2nd down and goal from the 15. Ambrose takes off. Can he cross the line of scrimmage? No, he cannot. He will say his full progress stopped there. It'll be 3rd down and goal. That penalty hurting the Diamonds here on this drive. They still lead 6-0. Unusually low score for either squad. It's still the 1st quarter, though. A lot of football left to be played. Ambrose looks, fires for Zeke, and incomplete. Heading over to the Oaklawn end zone once again. The Oaklawn watch party, if you will, from behind that end zone. A lot of great folks from Oaklawn Racing Casino Resorts here in Hot Springs, a beautiful facility. They're proud presenting sponsors of the Arkansas Diamonds. So here we go. 3rd, make it 4th down and goal. Zico in motion. The Diamonds are going for the touchdown. Ambrose losing time, slips away. Got to throw it here. Great block. This one high in the air and finds that same corner again. Incomplete, and the Goats will take over from their own 15-yard line. So back-to-back turnover on down stops for both defenses.
We do ask that you please return it to the field for play. If a football flies into the stands, please return them to the field for play. Thank you.
1st and 10 for St. Joseph. Angelo looks to throw. He's looking deep. Has a man, incomplete.
Passing complete, broken up.
Those are men to watch for the Goats. Deontay Smith, former Mizzou Tiger. Pass is incomplete. Great defense by the Diamonds. Second down. Ball is tipped and intercepted by my man, T. Hunt. Tyler Hunt with a heads-up interception gives the ball back to the Arkansas Diamonds. Getting a big ovation from the fans, and he stands tall on the wall. Here's the instant replay here. Trujillo just lost time and threw it accidentally right into the hands of Hunt. A momentum shift for Arkansas. The country boy from Mississippi making the play. I'm sure our Nat mics are picking up all the noise from the fans here. Dilworth in motion. Jordan losing time, swallowed up in the backfield by the Goats. That was Ja'Kalen Jackson making the stop for the Goats. A huge stop on defense. It'll be second down and long now. The line to gain is at about the 2-yard line. Right on the 18. Second and long. Ambrose losing the football. He's going to lose even more yards. Lucky for him, he jumped on it. Back in his own 20. It is now going to be third down and forever. And a timeout from Coach Bones Bagante. So it's going to be third down and about 23. Said it was a momentum shifter for the Diamonds, but now the odds are against the near third Oklahoma. Great thing about arena football is they only need all 50 yards of the field, so we'll see what Coach Bones draws up here. We've seen him create some magic on the field, some incredible trick plays that have won him a couple of games right before the final gun. I don't expect him to do something super insane here. But we know he trusts his football players to make the play. 2:37 to play here in the first quarter. Just getting started here from Hot Springs. Clock will roll. The Arkansas Diamonds have 15 seconds and counting on the play clock. Aaron Dilworth in motion. Ambrose losing the football but picks it back up. It has some great blocks in the backfield. Now he'll throw it deep to AD. Trying to get the one-hander, but he takes out the play clock instead. Pass is incomplete. It'll be fourth down. So it being fourth down. Looks like the Diamonds will elect to punt. Give the ball back to the Goats. The Goats have been hungry for an opening score here in this ball game. Let's see if they can succeed here. They've had some ambition. Martinez in motion. That's Angelo will throw it to in the near side, pinned against the wall. A gain of about 5 yards, and it made the fans on the sideline. Those sideline sweeps switch. Second down and 5. Trujillo fires and caught. He dropped the football, but not before he was marked down against the wall. It's going to be first down and goal. A fantastic catch by Ryan Martinez. Goats have first and goal. Handoff up the middle, running into his own blocker and swarmed by the Diamonds. A 3-man tackle led by that man right there, Taylor Hunt. Second down from the 9-yard line. Trujillo scrambling, trying to get away, throws it as he had a man trying to bring him down, incomplete. Nickelback, Calvin Bundage just swarming in the backfield. It was a one-on-one between he and QB one. It is third down and goal. Now 20 seconds left here on the clock for the first quarter of play. Goats knocking on the door. Angelo fires, looking for the corner, incomplete, and his intended receiver flipping into the owner's box. But he is thankfully A-OK. It's Martinez again, the intended receiver. Seems to be Angelo's favorite target, and that'll do it for the first quarter of play. 6-0 is our score here at Bank OZK Arena. We'll be right back with more. Here live from Oaklawn's Arena League Field in Hot Springs.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's the end of the first quarter. Here comes
Well, that's something you'll only see here in the Deep South. A t-shirt toss from a race car as it circles the field as we anticipate the start of the second quarter of play. 6-0 is our score. Arkansas with the opening score of the game. Aaron Dilworth with the touchdown. The PAT was no good, and now the Goats are knocking on the door. It is going to be fourth down and goal from their own 9-yard line as the t-shirt truck makes its way off the field. Where else but the South? Martinez in motion. Trujillo. Flag is thrown as soon as the snap, and now it's going to be, I believe, an offsides against Arkansas. And it is. So that'll give the Goats a much better chance for a score here at the 5-yard line. A chance to tie it here with this one play. That's Marshall in motion. Trujillo looks to throw, fires, caught, touchdown, St. Joseph. Adrius Ely with the opening touchdown score for the Goats. And St. Joseph is a PAT away from taking the lead. Fantastic composure from QB1 and a great pass to a super athletic catch in, I want to say, double coverage there in the end zone. They're going for one here. Fire to the end zone, and it is caught by Ryan Martinez. And just like that, the Goats have the lead. They're going crazy up in St. Joseph at the watch party. It is a 1-point game, 7-6. Yeah, do those corny hand motions now there, kids. Our director is probably doing it right now just to mess with me. So great job there by the St. Joseph Goats, shaking off the, I want to call it first game jitters, as I mentioned earlier. Neither team played a preseason game prior to week 1. This is the inaugural game of the Arena League, the only game taking place tonight. I'll give you a look at the league schedule here in a moment. A hushed crowd now after that Goats touchdown. Almost shocked. The Goats looking to throw it off here, as that's unique for the Arena League. You can compare it to the NFL Street video games, and just like NFL Street 3, you start the game with a throw-off. Willis throws it off, is going to take a bounce before it's finally picked up by the Diamonds. Shifting away and trying to get away from his own 5 is Martavius Miller. So the other games taking place this weekend, all happening tomorrow, as the Ozarks Lunkers will host the Eau Claire Axemen tomorrow night. All games tomorrow, by the way, starting the same time, 7:05. You can watch it right here on YouTube. Iowa will host one of the newer teams here in the Arena League, the Monroe Greenheads out of Louisiana. And the 2 other new teams in the league, the Nebraska Siege, will host the Memphis Hound Dogs. Once again, that is tomorrow night, all 3 of those games, tomorrow night at 7 o'clock. So now it's first down and 10 for the Diamonds from their own 6-yard line. Ambrose looking to throw immediately and couldn't find Dilworth in stride. He seemed to stop, trying to avoid an interception there by the Goats. It'll be second down. There's PA announcer Rich Rockwell again, getting the fans involved. Coming up with new chants. He's pretty creative with them too. And they catch on quickly. Ambrose fires, and look out. That's Zeke, who gets a speedy first down, pinned to the wall at the 20-yard line. Good job by Nasir Greer making the stop. There he is right there, number 3 for the Goats. Jordan Ambrose and Troy Evans Jr. in shotgun formation. Ambrose looks to throw near side. That's Zeke again, and he's instantly wrapped up and pinned against the wall right there in the sweets. So all the folks who paid a little extra to be here, literally getting a face-to-face view of arena football, get up close and personal to the Diamonds and the Goats. They get to do that every single game here. It became quite popular last season. And that popularity seems to have not even gone down at all. Second down now. Ambrose looks, and he is swarmed from behind. A huge hit by Darius Lorfus. And despite the huge hit by Darius, somehow, some way, Ambrose stayed on his feet, but still came tumbling down to the turf. It'll be 3rd down and 10 from the 20. Third down, just over 11 minutes to play here in the first half. AD in motion. Ambrose looking for Dilworth, and he's not there. The ball hits the wall. I feel like if Aaron didn't even slow down, he might have had a touchdown. But instead, it's 4th down and 10 from their own 20. And the Diamonds are going for it. Ambrose looks, fires up the middle. That's Zico again, and he gets the first down. A huge play for the Arkansas Diamonds. I think Zeke is going to be a player to watch for future broadcasts here on the live stream. And he is making a name for himself already. A former Purdue Boilermaker. Making some plays here tonight already. 1st and 10 for the Diamonds. Ambrose, QB keeper, up the middle, spins away. Another spin move. He keeps spamming the circle button as he's finally stopped a yard away from the line to gain. It's going to be 2nd down and 1. Shifty QB that man is. Corey Macon will help make the stop. So we'll move the stick back and make it 2nd down and about 2. Ambrose alone in the backfield. Looks, pressure coming from behind. Pass is incomplete. They say it's a forward pass. The Goats tried to strip it away from behind. It was Corey Macon again with the blitz. And I mean, the second the ball was snapped, he was back there in the backfield. With that extremely dark visor he's wearing, I think I'm going to see that man in my nightmares tonight. He is Darth Vader. Holy cow. 3rd down from just past the Goats' 10-yard line. Ambrose keeps it again up the middle. Did he get the first down? It's going to be a close call. No signal yet to move the chains from the official. It's going to be 4th down and inches. And now it looks like a timeout called by the Diamonds. Is going to be 4th down and inches. That's their final timeout of the half, and it's just over 8 minutes left here in the first half. The Goats have a 1-point lead. The Diamonds are going to try a chance to convert on 4th down once again. Always great fans joining us here at Hot Springs as the buzz for arena football here in Central Arkansas has yet to die down. The second that the final home playoff game last season ended, I think these fans are ready to get back at this arena and cheer on their football team. I mean, the state of Arkansas, they know good football when they see it. And they're going to show up and show out for the Diamonds this season. Fourth down. Ambrose. A shovel pass to 1-5, Vincent Hobbs. He is rumbling down to about the 4-yard line. The big 1-5. Vince Hobbs. A man who's also going to be in my nightmares because he is just a massive massive mountain of muscle. Gets the first down at the 5-yard line, 1st and goal. Ambrose looks on 1st and goal, and he's going to lose 5 yards. Sacked in the backfield. Triple man rush. Macarius Willis, one of the Goats making the stop, defensive back. 7 minutes to go here in the second. Now, I'm no DJ, but I don't think it's a smart decision to play all I do is win while it's still the first half. That's not my decision to make, though. 5 seconds is on the play clock for the Diamonds. They're risking another delay of game, and Ambrose gets the snap away just in time. Ambrose trying to avoid pressure, fires, and he's going to send it into the back closet of the arena. And I'll bring up 3rd down. So it'll be 3rd down and goal from the 10-yard line. Ambrose has to run away, firing for the end zone, looking for Dilworth. Pass is incomplete. Some fans behind the end zone looking for a flag to be thrown. There's no penalty on the play. That'll bring up 4th down. Five and a half minutes and counting here for quarter number 2 of Arena Football. Diamonds going up forward on 4th down, looking for a score, firing to Evans. He's reaching for the goal line, and they're going to call him just short. Troy Evans Jr., the shifty receiver, and a good cut route, but completed the pass, couldn't get across the goal line in time before he was pinned at about the 2-yard line. And that's where St. Joseph will take over. Turnover on downs. So the Goats starting the drive from their own end zone. Angelo firing here on the near sideline, and it's complete. Ryan Martinez. Who else but Martinez making the grab right at midfield, moves the chains instantly. Caught a 23-yard gain for a 1st down. Trujillo again looks to throw. He's looking deep this time, and both men seem to be tangled up there, so neutral contact there. The intended receiver was Dominic Marshall. Jordan Semenit, the defender there for the Diamonds. It was going to be 2nd down and 10. Angelo will throw. Will run it himself. He's got some speed. He's going to pitch it out to the right side. He pitched it to Martinez, and Martinez is nearly thrown in the front row. 1st down for St. Joseph, and we have a man down for the Diamonds. Hosea Singleton is down, and he is in pain. This is not good. So he got caught in that scrum there in the far sideline down there at the wall. And the trainers for the Diamonds will take a look at him here. Hopefully he'll be okay, but no time to make assumptions now. We'll look here, see if we can catch what happened. And yeah, there he was right there underneath Martinez. I think Ryan Martinez accidentally landed on him as he was going down to the turf. They have new turf padding underneath the artificial turf this season for the Diamonds. Only so much can be done, as player safety is priority number one for this organization. As I got Hosea sitting upright again, he was surrounded by Diamond staff being checked out here. And there's another new addition here for the Arkansas Diamonds football team. The new mascot, Lucky, is here. And obviously he is a homage to the racing history here at Hot Springs, at where else but beautiful Oaklawn. Thankfully, Hosea Singleton is back on his feet, making his way to the Diamonds bench. It looks like he will be okay. It is hard to decipher if he will be back tonight. And it looks like they're going to take him straight back to the locker room, where he will be tended to accordingly. Here we go again, 1st and 10 for the Goats. Knocking on the door from about the 12-yard line. Angelo firing to the end zone, and incomplete. The door opening there at the bench of the Goats, incomplete. Octavius Miller and Jordan Seminit, the defenders there for the Diamonds. Now it's 2nd down. Trujillo firing out of the hands of Ely, nearly intercepted by the Diamonds, but incomplete. And just like that, it's 3rd down. On 3rd down, Angelo will throw it, looking the far sideline, incomplete. I don't think his intended receiver, Ryan Martinez, even saw the pass coming his way. As blink and you'll miss it kind of pass. I mean, just the rockets that Angelo will fire are dangerous. And now it's 4th down and 10. Line to gain is about the 2-yard line. Martinez in motion. Trujillo trying to escape the blitz. Firing far sideline, complete. Looking for the goal line, and they're going to call him short of the goal line. Man, I could have sworn from up here Adrius Ely crossed the goal line in time, but they're going to call him down. Barely inches away from the goal line, and now a timeout on the field. And that is the 2-minute warning, as once again the Goats are knocking on the door. A great play to convert on 4th down. It's going to be 1st down and inches out of the 2-minute warning. Welcome back to Hot Springs. Trip Keeter here joining you for some arena football action. The inaugural game of the 2026 Arena League season. I just had the video review of the previous play. And they're going to keep the call from the previous play. It was first and goal, and now a touchdown for Ryan Martinez, extending the lead for the St. Joseph Goats. (13-6) is the score now. A hard-nosed team these Goats are. For hard-nosed towns such as St. Joseph, Missouri, representing them proudly here tonight. On the conversion, wide open, nobody there. It is good. It's a 1-point conversion, makes it 14-6. Well, it's no surprise that the Mizzou Tiger breaking hearts here in Arkansas. Deontay Smith with the catch, nobody near him. And once again, 14-6. Our score. Here's that touchdown play again. Ryan Martinez lowering his shoulder, getting across the goal line. The Diamonds, as you can see there, they were celebrating. They thought they made the stop. But no, the ball did cross the plane. It is a minute 52 left before halftime. And now the Diamonds have their work cut out for them now. One of the great things about this new rebrand for the Diamonds is the brand new end zones that was unveiled yesterday to the great folks at Oaklawn. This sharp black end zone with red lettering, white trim, very, very clean. Clean like the new uniforms. A high throw off. They're going to let it bounce. It's Zeke trying to escape his own end zone. And he's brought down, but a flag, I believe, is going to be a face mask against the Goats. And depending on where Zeke picked up the football, he might have ran back into the end zone after picking it up at about the 2 or 3 yard line. He tried to reverse his field, but now I think the Diamonds are getting bailed out here with a penalty. And it is a face mask. Here's a look again. Going to get a closer look here. The ball bounces right there at the 4. And so, no, Zeke was at the right place picking up the ball in the end zone, so it wouldn't have penalized him there. But that face mask hurt the Goats, and now it's 1st and 10 for the Diamonds from their own 15. Ambrose looks to throw, losing time, has to take off and run. He lowers his shoulder, taken down just shy of the line to gain, which is midfield. It'll be 2nd down at about 1. Well, if you're a Razorback fan, you're familiar with a quarterback by the name of KJ Jefferson. Jordan Ambrose is kind of a similar quarterback to him. Zico in motion. Ambrose looks, losing time, firing up the middle. There's Zeke, complete! Down near the near sideline, touchdown Arkansas! Just like that, a response by the Arkansas Diamonds. Oh no, replay 2nd down, the call is no good. There was a penalty on the field. And over the noise here in the arena, I couldn't hear the White Hats official call. So now it's going to be 2nd down and long. And that takes away a fantastic play for the Diamonds. They're pushing them way back. It is a 10-yard penalty, I believe. They haven't spotted the ball yet. Now, discussion between the officials. They can't figure out where they want to put the ball, and the fans are getting fed up. Arkansas football fans can be a little bit harsh on officials, and they are people too. They love the game too.
What you think of that decision?
Rich is ruthless. So now it's second down, and another flag is going to be a false start on the Diamonds. And, well, the saying here is forged under pressure. Well, they started playing my song, so I had to dance. Sorry, oops. Second down and long from about the 9-yard line. Ambrose swarmed, nowhere going. Stopped back inside the 5-yard line. Goats were trying to strip the ball away from him. And now a timeout for St. Joseph. Why am I silent? I'm enjoying the music. I can't help it. I apologize, but fantastic song selection. It's a third down and long. And 20. From about the 5-yard line. The line to gain is the 25-yard line right at midfield. Who knows what kind of trickery Coach Bones tried to draw up here with 33 seconds left in the first half. We'll send Dilworth in motion. Ambrose looking for him. He's going for the money. Intercepted. Ja'Kalen Jackson locking in on the pass and getting the pick. A huge turnover in the closing seconds of the second quarter. Here it is, a second look at that again. They had the good idea, but pass came up short, and Jackson was at the right place at the right time, catching that in the breadbasket. Well, the Diamonds are no strangers to adversity. You can only imagine what they're going to discuss in the locker room here at halftime. 26 seconds. Here for the Goats for one last chance at a score. They're going for it deep in double coverage and almost picked off. Pass is incomplete. It's Martavius Miller, the defensive back, who almost had the interception. A near identical play for either team. 19 seconds frozen on the clock. Look out, here goes Martinez with a pitch. They're playing some some playground ball now. And they finally bring them down with 5 seconds left. The clock will stop for the moment with 4 seconds. A chaotic play. We'll bring out second down. Or no, third down, I beg your pardon. At the 15-yard line. Well, I talked about how the Arena League is very similar to the video games, specifically NFL Street. That felt like playing NFL Street right there. The Goats take a timeout. It'll be their final timeout of the half. 6 seconds remaining in the half. We're going to add another wound to the Diamonds defense. They already lead 14-6. And now they have 6 seconds. to extend their lead. They're probably going to do some more trickery here. Let's see. Angelo looks, losing time. He's going to take off. Still has time to throw it. He's looking for the end zone. The final play, and it's caught. Did he bring it down? No, they call it incomplete pass. Ryan Martinez had the ball in his hands. It looked like it from here. They might review it since that is potentially a scoring play for the Goats. And no, they're going to send both teams to the locker rooms, it looks like. And just absolute gut punch for the Goats, as that ball was thrown in essentially double coverage. And Martinez might have dropped the football as he was going down. I haven't received an official call yet for if it was incomplete or not, and it looks like it is. So that'll do it for the first half of play. Your score, St. Joseph 14, Arkansas 6. We'll be back with a short halftime report right after this, live from Hot Springs. Hi, everybody. Welcome back to Hot Springs Bank OZK Arena, Oaklawn Arena League Field. I'm Trip Keeter, welcoming you back. It is halftime here in Hot Springs, Arkansas, as the St. Joseph Goats lead the Arkansas Diamonds 14-6. It has been a pretty tight contest, if you can't already tell from the score alone. It's been a physical ball game, and both teams have been knocking on the door for a score almost every series they've had on offense. And now it's a low-scoring game, and you can tell it's first game jitters for both football teams on the field and even play-by-play commentators here as well. Neither team played a preseason game following week one. This is the lone game of the Arena League for at least tonight. 3 other games will take place tomorrow night, all at 7 o'clock here on the Arena League live stream right here on your screens. It is a fantastic night for football here in Hot Springs. The fans have shown up and showed out. They've been loud all night long. They've been into this game. As you can see, there's the Gems dance team, one of the newest additions to the Arkansas Diamonds rebrand. And right behind them, there's our mascot, Lucky, with the biggest grin I've ever seen. The suites, the front row suites in front of me down here, all of them are packed with popcorn. Those popcorn bags are nearly emptied. It's been that kind of ball game. I mean, if you love defensive football, this is the game for you. Arena football is generally a high-scoring game, so I believe for both squads, they're going to pick up the pieces. They're going to find their rhythm throughout the season. I mean, these are very talented ball clubs. And you hear the Arkansas fight song behind me, Woo Pig. As Darren McFadden, the honorary captain, honored tonight. Let's take a look at some first half highlights from both teams. And here we go. Look at that. The stars at night are big and bright here in Arkansas. D-Mac in the building. Jordan Ambrose throwing to Aaron Dilworth for the opening touchdown. Very fitting that he was the first touchdown scorer of the game, of the season, as he did just that a year ago. And look at the speed and the quickness by Jordan Ambrose. But that play, the Goats were a little bit faster. Now look at Angelo Trujillo. He's a shifty quarterback as well. This is a mental mistake on his part as T. Hunt making the interception. But Angelo had the last laugh there. She gave to Ely for a touchdown. Both teams really picked up the defense in the first half. It was very fun to watch. There's Vince Hobbs, one of the scariest big men of the league, and he's going to probably have some fun scores this season as well. The Gems dance team is on the field entertaining the fans here at halftime. And look at this hilarious trickery from the Goats. This was a lot of fun to watch. Kind of like The Longest Yard. I can't really quote that movie a lot for reasons. And I love the hard-nosed offense here by the Goats. Ryan Martinez on this play right here, lowering his shoulder, crossing the plane, and he fooled the Arkansas Diamonds defense. They thought they made the stop. And right here, a couple plays later, Ja'Kalen Jackson coming up with a big interception for the Goats, and that kept their lead 14-6 here at halftime. We'll be right back with some more halftime entertainment and coverage here on the Arena League Network. We'll be right back here from Hot Springs.
Ladies and gentlemen, once again, show some love.
Welcome back to Hot Springs, Arkansas. The St. Joseph Goats leading the Arkansas Diamonds 14-6. There's the new mascot for the Diamonds, Lucky, entertaining the fans here at halftime. As the home crowd a bit silent here at halftime, as they were not expecting such a tough competition from the Goats. They should have known from the previous two matchups between these two teams, as it's essentially growing into a rivalry here, the matchup between the Goats and the Diamonds. Let's take a look at the remaining schedule for Week 1 here in the Arena League, as this is the lone game taking place here on a Friday night. This is the inaugural game of the 2026 Arena League campaign. Arkansas taking on St. Joe. And then tomorrow, 3 more games will take place at 7:05 sharp. The 3 games feature the Ozarks Lunkers hosting the Eau Claire Axemen up in Springfield, Missouri. The Iowa Woo will take on the Monroe Greenheads at Iowa's brand new home, the Unidome, former home of arena football great Kurt Warner. And the Nebraska Siege will host the Memphis Hound Dogs. Those are 2 new teams to the league, as well as the Monroe Greenheads. And Arkansas Diamonds later down the line will get to play both the Greenheads and the Hound Dogs twice this season, so a home-and-home series for the Diamonds. Now we're going to take another look at the first half highlights here from Oaklawn's Arena League Field, Bank OZK Arena, as quarterback Jordan Ambrose is the first man on the field, warming back up. There he is for this opening touchdown of the game to Aaron Dilworth. Doing his thing as he did a year ago, becoming a local legend here in Hot Springs, Arkansas. Ambrose is a shifty quarterback, but the Goats did a great job containing him multiple times this game. And watch this tip drill. T. Hunt with the big interception. The Diamonds couldn't convert after that turnover. The opening touchdown there was Ely for the Goats. And a couple of defensive stops there was Lorfus. Vince Hobbs, they're rumbling, trying to get across the 5-yard line. Once again, Diamonds couldn't score there. The Goats, they're deep in their own territory, getting a huge 25-plus yard gain on the opening play of that drive. And Angelo Trujillo showing a lot of speed so far, and his favorite receiver so far has been Ryan Martinez. That play right there was right before the 2-minute warning, as Ely was just short of the goal line, and right there, immediately the play afterwards, was Ryan Martinez crossing the plane. And 2 plays later, came to Kalen Jackson with a big interception to turn the ball over in favor of the Goats. As we see a quick look at the front row seats, the suites here at Bank OZK Arena, a rather small venue that's about, I want to say 15, 20 years old, primarily the home of Arkansas High School volleyball and basketball. So this place sees a lot of action throughout the year, really, more than just sporting events, also a concert venue, a convention center. And I tell you, here in downtown Hot Springs, Spa City keeps this place super busy, and it's the proud home of the Arkansas Diamonds. They came into their inaugural season a year ago as the Hot Springs Wise Guys. The city fell in love. They had an almost Cinderella season, essentially, with first-year head coach Bones Bagante. He was the lone coach that year for the Wise Guys and leading them all the way to Duluth to face the Harbor Monsters, the back-to-back league championship. The Monsters jumping ship now in a different league, so now the league championship is up for grabs. A first-time champion is going to be crowned this season. Will it be the Goats? Will it be the Diamonds? It could either be either team. In fact, I'm willing to bet this is probably a preview to the playoffs. If not the first round, could be a championship preview as well. As once again, your score, 14-6. St. Joseph leading the Arkansas Diamonds here at Bank OZK Arena, Oaklawn Arena League Field in Hot Springs, Arkansas. We're just over 2 minutes to go before we begin the second half of play. The fans taking a quick break in their concessions, getting ready for the second half. I believe the Diamonds will be receiving as we come back. We'll be right back from Hot Springs. St. Joseph leading 14-6 over the Diamonds. Sun Diamonds 14-6. As we're about to get started with the second half of play. Bank OZK Arena, Oaklawn Arena League Field in Hot Springs. The Diamonds returning to Hot Springs after making a championship run a year ago. They're looking to do the same thing this season, but it's only the first game. They have a lot to work with. But if you ask Coach Bones, he'll tell you the job is not done, and he has his sights locked on the championship. Both teams had a good time of warming up here on the fields. We can see the Goats finishing up their warm-ups. It's a cool uniform matchup here tonight. You see the Diamonds there, and they're all black, a very sleek look. New uniforms with a new rebrand, team formerly known as the Hot Springs Wise Guys. And I mentioned earlier of Jerseygate that took place last night. Late last night, the Goats were notified that their jerseys have been sent to the wrong location. They were mistakenly sent to Memphis. Now, that's not too far away from Hot Springs, but it was still a problem. Luckily, the Goats had a backup plan. They were going to wear the jerseys of the Savannah High School Savages. Evidently, they did not wear those here tonight, but they still have the jerseys with them, hanging right behind their bench. So it is a powder blue versus black uniform matchup. Very, very sharp uniforms. New Adidas uniforms this season across the Arena League. This is the lone game taking place here tonight to inaugurate the 2026 campaign of the Arena League due to a scheduling conflict here at the arena. So the Goats and the Diamonds, all eyes on them tonight. Ozarks will host Eau Claire tomorrow night in Springfield. Iowa will host Monroe, and Nebraska will host Memphis. All games taking place tomorrow night at 7:05. All live streams can be seen right here. Throw-off is underway. Sky-high throw and returned from the goal line. Taking it out to the 10-15. That's where they finally wrap him up. Martavius Miller with a speedy return for the Diamonds. And Arkansas takes over on offense. It's easy to call it a kickoff, but unique to the Arena League, it is a throw-off. 7-on-7 arena football. Expect some fast-paced offense here for the Diamonds. Dilworth in motion. Handoff to Troy Evans. He only gets a yard. So very conservative play called to start scrimmage here in the second half. Troy Evans, a 13-year veteran of arena football, was our player to watch for the Diamonds. Ambrose fires far side as Zico gain at about the 20-yard line, a 4-yard gain. It'll be third down. The line to gain is just past the 25, so it'll be the Goats' 24-yard line. The Diamonds have to reach for a first down. Third down. Ambrose will throw. Fires it to Zico. And Zeke is wrangled down by number 3, Nasir Greer, who saved a touchdown there for the Goats. Great defense there for St. Joe. It's a first down move that chains for Arkansas. The chain crew got to work fast here for the arena game. And a flag. We're going to see who it's on. It looks like it's going to be an offsides against the Goats. They try to jump the snap. Makes it 1st down and 5. Diamonds knocking on the door. Ambrose has time in the backfield looking for Dilworth, incomplete. Threw it to the corner. AD was a few paces short. It's incomplete. AD was the opening touchdown of the game, and ever since then, he's been silent offensively. That's unlike him. The AD everybody here in Hot Springs became familiar with was putting the league on SportsCenter. And here, he's only got 1 catch, 1 touchdown. 2nd down, Dilworth in motion. Ambrose looking for Zeke. It is tipped incomplete. And that'll bring up 3rd down. Well, a common theme here for both teams. They get a chance and they seem to slip up offensively. And now the Diamonds looking to overcome some more adversity here. Gotta say, the battle in the trenches has been huge in this ball game, and a big reason why it's been a defensive battle. Dilworth in motion. Ambrose takes the snap, trying to escape, losing time. And the Goats are going to wrestle him down in the backfield. Absolutely slammed back down at the 15. And now look out. We got some pushing and shoving going on. That was Lou Dorsey, who lost his hat and tried to throw hands. He got frustrated thinking that the Goats hit Ambrose late after the play. But that was such a bang-bang play in real time. I mean, you blink and you miss it. So I think Lou just showing a bit of frustration there. And now official discussion on the field. This is going to most likely really hurt the Diamonds. Now, I understand sticking up for your quarterback, but I think Lou jumped the gun a bit there, and it was unnecessary.
There are 2 fouls on the play, 1 by each team. Dead ball, personal foul, defensive delayed hit. Dead ball, unsportsmanlike conduct, offense. Those fouls offset. The down counts. 4th down.
So offsetting penalties on both squads will bring up 4th down. So we saw it there. As I believe that was Jackson Flowers who made the tackle, and that's who Lou Dorsey went after. Well, Lou Dorsey, another former D1 football player on the field out of Illinois. Now 4th down. And 10. Got to reach the 3-yard line for a 1st down, lobbing it up for Zico, and he makes the catch in the end zone. Touchdown, Arkansas. Big Zeke. Zeke to freak. Finally gives Arkansas another score. They're a 2-point conversion away from tying this football game. What a catch in coverage. I mean, they were fighting there in the end zone. Ja'Kalen Jackson doing everything he can on defense, and still Zeke making the catch. So they're going for 2 here. An attempt to tie this game. Ambrose looks, losing time. The corners blitzing early. A throw to the end zone to Evans, and it's good.
And the extra point attempt is good.
Evans Jr., the man responsible for tying this game. And we're not up at 14 apiece for both squads. Well, a spike of frustration for both squads results in a touchdown. 14-14 our score, with 10-17 on the clock here in the third. Now we await the throw off. The Diamonds have selected a player to throw the ball off, and it's going to be Aaron Dilworth. It's Malik Willis back deep to return in his own end zone. And AD yeets it away. This might go out of bounds. And it does not. It hits the corner. The Diamonds might have it. No signal yet from the officials.
By rule, that is a touchback. St. Joe's ball, 1st and 10 at the 5-yard line.
They call it a touchback.
Diamonds fans, what do you think of that call?
So they call it a touchback in the end zone. I didn't see which team got control of the ball in the end zone. Let's see if we can find it here. And this is the angle right behind the end zone. It's going to be tough to see. The fans went crazy as if it was possibly a touchdown for the Diamonds. The ball hit the corner of the end zone right there, and it went out. There it is. So it did go into the field of play, leaving the end zone. So that is the right call for a touchback. And a quick stop defensively for the Diamonds brings up 2nd down and 8. Davion Cunningham, the running back. Now, a great catch. Holy cow, Ely strutting into the end zone for a touchdown. Unbelievable. Hushing this crowd instantly. The Goats strike back. Unbelievable. Angelo Trujillo throwing a dot to Adrius Ely. He walked on air, bringing that football down in midfield. And I don't think he was running full speed into the end zone. Now, 1-point conversion. Trujillo is swarmed, and it's no good. T. Hunt and Calvin Bundage with the stop. So the point after is no good. The Goats still have the lead, 20-14. In the third quarter of play, 9:22 on the clock. And there's an evidently frustrated Coach Bones. A big mistake by his defense. So back-to-back explosive scoring plays for both squads. Wide receiver Trey James for the Diamonds. New look for the Diamonds uniform-wise. They got every player's last name on the back of the jersey. A very sharp look. And Willis throws the ball away. He'll be caught and returned from the 5. Slipping away from the far sideline. A huge hit. Brings Martavius Miller down. I believe that was Lonnie Crawford, that man right there with the big hit. Ely was also back there. And now 1st and 10 for the Diamonds. They look to bounce back. They're a tutty away from tying the game. 9 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Diamonds have 1st and 10. From their own 14-yard line. They have 5 seconds to get the play off. Ambrose looking to throw. Firing to Zico on the near sideline. Incomplete. Good coverage that time by Ja'Kalen Jackson. Both players dapping each other up. Good contest between the two. Zeke DeFreak. The last touchdown for the Diamonds. I'll tell you his story here momentarily once again. I mentioned it earlier, but I think it's so great I'll continue talking about it again here for you. Ambrose sends Dilworth in motion. Jordan losing time, has to throw it away. There's Zeke again. Zico pinned down a couple yards short of the line to gain. We'll bring up 3rd down. So Isaac Zico, they call him Zeke DeFreak. There he is right there. Played for Purdue for 2 years in 2017 and 2018. He was part of the team that upset Ohio State when they were number 2 in the nation. He's wearing the number 4 in honor of his close friend and college teammate Rondale Moore. And he's playing for him this season in honor of him. And he slips away. Zeke playing like a freak. Moore tragically passed away earlier this year in February. He was a receiver for the Vikings and tragically took his own life. Zeke is honoring him this season. And in years past, Zico has worn numbers 80, 88. Now he's honoring Rondale Moore wearing his number 4. Gonna have to fix the boards on the far side, as I assume the adhesive they put the ads on have not been the strongest here tonight. 1st down and 10 for the Diamonds. Win play resumes. And they have to wait for the chain crew to move back 20 yards and get back in the backfield right next to Coach Bones and safe distance from play, as they are on the field here between the walls. Ambrose immediately throws it up. Jump ball and bobbled, almost caught by Dilworth, and it's a touchdown! Touchdown, AG! He somehow came down with the football, the tip drill. And he takes off, doing some jawing right in front of the Goats bench. But we have a man down for the Diamonds, as that was the intended receiver who went down, Vince Hobbs, the big 1-5. He's back on his feet, thankfully. Clearly got shaken up there a bit. He's holding his left arm around his elbow, possibly fell.
The ruling on the field is a touchdown. St. Joe is challenging the ruling on the field.
And they're going to challenge
previous plays under review.
They're going to challenge the play, and the red hat right next to me is going to look over it and see if there's video evidence to reverse the call.
You have won the Stars and Stripes Patriotic Cornhole Award. Please visit the Stars and Stripes booth out in the main concourse to claim.
See if we can get a look at the replay here soon, as they're looking real close at it. It was tip went through the fingers of Hobbs, and Dilworth caught the football. There it is right here, as they're rewinding it. Let's see if it continues. Either way, if Hobbs caught the football, that obviously would have been a touchdown. And Dilworth's at the right place at the right time. Let's see if we can get it from this angle behind the play. There's the ball, bobbled, and right there, it's an incomplete pass. Ball hit the turf. Aaron did not have full possession of the ball. It should be an incomplete pass. And the red hat is looking at the exact same feed that you're seeing right now. In my opinion, that should be an incomplete pass. And that is going to be the call. It's going to be incomplete. That's the official call by the Red Hat. And that takes away.
After review,
Score.
the call is reversed. Incomplete pass. It'll be second down.
Diamond fans, what do you think of that call?
Well, Big Rich Walkwell loves getting the fans to boo. You're ruthless, my friend. You're mean. You can tell he's a professional wrestler announcer. And you can tell also announces here for Lakeside High School, the wrestling team, as well as some wrestling promotions around the country. Second down and 10. Dilworth in motion, low snap, but a flag. It's going to be a false start against the Diamonds.
Prior to the snap, false start, offense, 5-yard penalty, second down.
Well, Diamonds echoing the Razorbacks a bit. One mistake, one penalty seems to cause their offensive series to fall apart. They still have second down, so it's not all said and done just yet for this drive. Clock rolling at 5:40 and counting here in the third quarter of play. Second and long. Ambrose looks, fires, and going to be a defensive pass interference on Nasir Greer of the Goats as he tripped up Aaron Dilworth. The penalty flag is on the field.
Pass interference, defense, 10-yard penalty from the previous spot, automatic first down.
That's going to give the Diamonds a new set of downs. So a breath of fresh air there offensively for the Diamonds. It's first down and goal from about the 7. Ambrose scrambling to his right, throwing to the end zone for Dilworth, incomplete. Ambrose and Dilworth both evidently frustrated with just the lack of reception that AD has been getting this game. He had one catch, which was the opening touchdown of the game. And he would have had another catch had that call been in his favor, but it was an incomplete pass. It was the right call. 10 seconds on the play clock for the Diamonds. 3 seconds. Ambrose losing the football, has to fall on top of it and losing it down. Will be third down and goal after this timeout from
Timeout.
the Arkansas Diamonds. The ball will
First
be
charge
on the
timeout
St.
of the
Joseph
half. Be a 30-second timeout.
14-yard line. It'll be third and goal. So now Coach Bones trying to draw up something for his offense here. You can see Dorsey Golston, the returning head coach of the St. Joseph Goats, as he was with the team from the very start. They started out as a team based out of Kansas City and moved a few miles north, about 30-40 minutes north of Kansas City, to the beautiful college town of St. Joseph, and they've had a home there ever since. And the city of St. Joseph has showed up and showed out for them. They showed us great hospitality as well. We got a chance to visit them last season. A big thank you to the Goats organization for that. And we've got a lot of fans back in St. Joseph for the watch party at Jake's Steakhouse. Here's third down and long for the Diamonds. Got 2 more downs to score. Dilworth in motion. Ambrose looks to throw. He's trying to find Aaron, but he's swarmed and he loses the football. Ball is still loose. Goats trying to corral it. And the Diamonds somehow, some way fall on top of it. Trey James saving the drive for the Diamonds. A disastrous play either way. It was 1, 2, 3, and finally losing the ball there near midfield. Butterfingers, Butterfingers, Butterfingers. And James falling on top of it. It's 4th and goal from the 17-yard line. Their own 17-yard line. Last chance for the Diamonds. Ambrose is going to look to throw here. He's going to try to throw a Hail Mary. Loses all the rushers and tip drill. And picked off again by Ja'Kalen Jackson, his second pick of the night. Turns the ball over to the Goats. So a huge defensive stand there for St. Joseph. They still lead 20-14. We were just under 3 minutes to go in the third. There's a look again.
Both of the plays, an interception and a touchback.
It's going to be a touchback.
First down, St. Joe.
Mark the Goats at their own 5-yard line. Onto the right side, pinned to the wall. Davion Cunningham, the running back on the carry, makes it 2nd down and 5 from the 10-yard line. Angelo's going to scramble, had to barely escape Taylor Hunt. So Tavion Cunningham, a local here from Arkansas, former Sylvan Hills High School Bear, and also Hops give it a jump here from Hot Springs over in Sherwood, Arkansas. That's incomplete, and now just like that, it's 4th and 5.
St. Joe is surrendering 4th down. Ball will go over to Arkansas, 1st and 10 at the 15.
Goats made a smart decision there, as you can elect to punt it here. Well, in quotations here in the Arena League. Puts the Diamonds at their own 15-yard line. A couple of Arkansans on the field for not the Diamonds, but the Goats, as Ja'Kalen Jackson, also out of Jonesboro, Arkansas. He played semi-pro ball here in Central Arkansas, in Little Rock for the Arkansas Punishers and Arkansas Kings. Dilworth in motion. Ambrose, low snap. He has nowhere to go. Wrapped up 5 yards behind the line of scrimmage. James Bell, one of the many Goats swarming the backfield. And that's what I was talking about earlier, how this battle in the trenches has just been huge for both teams. And it's been major, especially for the Goats on defense. And a timeout called by St. Joseph. That'll be their first timeout of the half.
Injury timeout on the field.
We have an injury timeout on the field as well.
For their injury timeout on the field, tonight's Arkansas Diamonds game is proudly supported by the Towns Corporation, dedicated to building stronger communities.
I believe
Through development, restoration,
the man who I just spoke of,
innovative
Ja'Kalen Jackson was a shaken-up player on the field. He makes his way to the locker room now. Second down and 15 from their own 10. Ambrose, a low snap again, trying to escape the pressure, throws it behind his back. Almost a circus pass, but it goes into the second row, incomplete, and just like that, third down and 15 with under 30 seconds left here in the third.
For intentional grounding, the quarterback was outside the running lane and threw it beyond the line of scrimmage. Third down.
So the official checking if he threw the ball behind the line of scrimmage. We can take a look at it here. And he did. Almost 5 yards behind. And that'll do it for the third quarter of play.
That's the end of the third quarter.
Leading the Diamonds 20-14 here in Hot Springs, Arkansas. The offensive struggles continuing here for the Diamonds as they face third and 15 in their own territory when we come back live from Hot Springs. Welcome back to Hot Springs. As we're getting set for the fourth quarter of play. As a moment ago, Darren McFadden, former Razorback great, was given a T-shirt cannon. Couldn't figure out how to operate it, so he tossed the T-shirts by hand to the raucous fans here in Hot Springs. They even called the Hogs for him a moment ago. Now third down and long for the Diamonds. Ambrose trying to scramble away. He's met at the line of scrimmage, and that'll bring him down for 4th and 15. Deontay Smith, one of the GOATs, making the stop. It was a 3-man tackle.
Arkansas surrendering fourth down. It'll be first and 10, St. Joe at the 15.
And long. Deontay Boo Smith, former Mizzou Tiger, was our player to watch for the GOATs. And now Diamonds electing to punt the ball away, and will give the ball to the GOATs at their own 15-yard line. And Boo Smith, one of the two-way players. He was a rare two-way player playing Division I in the SEC. You hardly see that, but he was an Iron Man for the Mizzou Tigers. A new drive beginning for the Goats. Look out, an instant sack for T. Hunt. Big T. Hunt with the stop in the backfield brings up second down. Angelo trying to throw it away, and it's almost picked off by the Diamonds, but it's incomplete. Diving for the football was Martavius Miller. Brings up third down and 15. Off their own 10. 3rd and 15. This is going to be a free play because the Diamonds jumped it and is caught. Rushing down the sideline to the end zone. Touchdown, St. Joseph. Dominique Marshall. Lights up the scoreboard for him and the stats.
Result of the play is a touchdown. During the play, offside,
on the Diamonds.
defense.
Doesn't matter
that
anymore.
Penalty is
it's a
declined.
touchdown for the Goats to extend their lead. Trujillo will toss it up for the point after. It was a 1-point attempt. It is no good. So now it is a 12-point lead for the Goats, 26-14 over the Diamonds. Just like that. The Goats fans up in St. Joseph going wild right now for their football team. As we mentioned to start the game, it is a championship caliber, I beg your pardon, roster, and it's plays just like that from Dominique Marshall. And catching the ball in stride, throwing the stiff arm, and getting the touchdown for the Goats. And now a tough spot for the Arkansas Diamonds. Looking to bounce back every time they get a chance. If something doesn't go their way, whether it's a penalty or a call overturned, not in their favor. It's the fourth quarter now, so now's the time for you to make plays if you're the Diamonds. Throw off is away from Malik Willis. This one will be returned by Martavius Miller. Down around the 15-yard line, it'll be 1st and 10. Ball be at their own 15-yard line. The Goats defense bringing high pressure to the backfield for quarterback Jordan Ambrose, giving him very little time to throw the ball. The Goats showing a potential 4-man rush here. And they bring it. Ambrose trying to slip away, and he's sacked. That might have been a 5-man rush, too. Mind you, this is a 7-on-7 league. So the Goats liking their chances here, taking that risk. That'll make it 2nd down and officially 11. Another 5-man rusher from the Goats. Over to Zico. Zeke trying to slip away. He's taken down to the 20-yard line. So it'll be 3rd down and 5 coming up here in a moment. Third down. Dilworth in motion. Ambrose lost the snap. There's a flag on the play. A potential free play here for the Diamonds. as I believe Ja'Kalen Jackson tried to jump the snap and was offside, and judging by his reaction, I believe that's going to be the penalty. It's the white hat.
Offside, defense. 5-yard penalty from the previous spot. Replay third down.
It'll be a 5-yard penalty, and that'll move the chains first down.
Result of the penalty is a first down. First down.
So a mistake there by the Goats, helping out the Diamonds move the chains. Now they have the ball at midfield. Ambrose handing it off to Troy Evans, and he's tripped up at the line of scrimmage. Found a crease, and I believe it was his blocker, Lou Dorsey, the tight end, who caught his foot there. So it's a gain of about 2. So second down and 8. Ambrose will throw, finds time, flag down, I believe is going to be a holding penalty against Arkansas. And that'll push them back a few yards if that is the call.
Holding, offense number 65. 10-yard penalty from the previous spot. Replay second down.
See where they spot the ball here. They'll spot it at the 18. Makes it second down and 22. Ambrose tied up from his shoelaces and brought down. James Bell III wrapping him up by his ankles. And I believe that was Lonnie Crawford making the tackle, so 2-man effort. I'll push back the Diamonds even further. Third down and 32. Ambrose looking for a deep throw for Dilworth, and AD can't bring it down. Darius Lorfus batting it down for the Goats, brings up fourth down, and looks like the Diamonds might have no choice but to elect to punt.
Arkansas and surrendering fourth down. It'll be first and 10, St. Joe on the 15.
Just under 9:50 to play. Another huge defensive stop for the Goats. Defense has been the name of the game tonight. And the Goats have been bringing 4-man, even a 5-man rush in the face of Jordan Ambrose, giving him very little time to throw the football. Now that does bring the risk of wide open receivers, but Ambrose just can't see them. Bring Marshall in motion. Trujillo hands it off to Cunningham, and he is knocked down. A low tackle from Jordan Seminut. Makes it second down and 9. Trujillo will look to throw, losing time, throwing it near side, and caught by Ryan Martinez. Pinned at the wall at about the 5-yard line. The Goats wasting no time here in an attempt to extend their lead. They're going to down the ball quickly here at the 5 and try to get the snap away. Ball at the 5, first and goal. Handoff up the middle, and a huge hit from the Arkansas Diamonds. Primes the nose tackle. Second and goal, toss up to the end zone. Picked off by the Arkansas Diamonds. Trying to slip away was Martavius Miller, but it's going to be a touchback anyway. A big interception. A defensive stop for the Arkansas Diamonds. Big stop for the Diamonds as the momentum seemed to only be in the favor of the Goats. A huge heads-up play for Martavius Miller. So Arkansas will take over from their own 5. A little under 8.5 minutes to go here in the ball game. No, they're going to bring the rush here, probably 5, maybe 6-man rush. And loose ball. Ambrose is going to have to fall on top of it. I think the Goats recovered the football in the end zone for a touchdown. No signal. The white hat hit the turf. And no official has signaled for anything, but the assumption is a touchdown for the Goats.
Result of the play is a touchdown by St. Joe.
And it is. So back-to-back mistakes for both teams, but for the Diamonds more costly, extending the lead for the Goats as Ambrose already had a lot on his plate to throw it away from his own end zone, but the low snap was lethal there. And the Red Hat is reviewing this play. That's the feed you're seeing now. But from the looks of it, there is no indisputable evidence. Either way, it would be a score for the Goats. There's the football right there, and he fell right on top of it. So, yep, that should be a touchdown for St. Joseph.
After review, the call on the field stands. Touchdown.
And it is a touchdown after review. So 1-point conversion here for the Goats. Angelo throwing to the end zone, incomplete. But the lead is still extended for the Goats. And that's causing the hometown fans here in Hot Springs. Some of them are leaving for the doors early. With just under 8 minutes to play here in the fourth quarter, I beg your pardon. The Diamonds just falling apart in the second half. There's the live feed right there. Fans disappointed for the opening game of the season. There'll be 2 road games following this one for the Diamonds before their next home game. Here's a return. There's Miller looking for some room, tripped up around the 15-yard line. They'll see where we marked him down because he had quite the momentum that carried him another 6 yards. So they'll mark him down to the 21-yard line. And maybe Jersey Gate from last night powered the Goats through here because we mentioned it a moment ago. Somehow the new jerseys for St. Joseph ended up in Memphis when they were supposed to be sent here. But the Goats had a backup plan. Savannah High School gave them their jerseys. Here's a low snap. A toss up into the stands, incomplete. Frustration on the field. As you can see, Coach Bones really unhappy both with his team and also disagreeing with the officials. But the Goats almost had a second identity as the Savannah Savages. Wearing gray and gold. Said they're wearing their all blue here tonight for a color rush matchup. Second down and 10 for the Diamonds. Ambrose wasn't ready for the snap. The ball hit him right in the face mask. The ball is still alive. And they finally called Jordan down for a loss of 10. It'll be third down and 20. Just massive mental mistakes tonight for the Diamonds. And now about 10 seconds left on the play clock. Diamonds taking their time. I don't think they realize how much time they have left. They might be called for the penalty here. They did not reset the play clock, I believe, and now
Offense. 5-yard
there
penalty.
is the
Third
penalty
down.
for delay of game. It'll be third down and 25. Ambrose, a high snap into the end zone. He's got to fall on top of it. And that's fins up for the St. Joseph Goats for a safety.
Drilling on the field's a safety.
Another big defensive stop for the Goats. And if you're a center for the Arkansas Diamonds, you have not had a great night. As the several bad snaps have been costly here for Arkansas. And just like that, they'll throw it back away to St. Joseph. And the Goats now have a 20-point lead. Here's AD throwing the ball away. We return from about the 3. That's Malik Willis. Willis drives it down to about the 15-yard line. I'll give a new set of downs for the Goats as they lead by 20. The ball be at their own 15-yard line. Just over 5 minutes of play here in this ball game as the seats slowly empty. The true fans stick around for the remainder of this game. A toss to the left side, trying to shift across the line of scrimmage, making it about a 2-yard gain for Tavion Cunningham. The toss to him on the left side. Brings up second down and 8. Trujillo will quickly toss it to Boo Smith, who rumbles down to the 20-yard line. That'll make it third down and 5 for St. Joseph. They're now on 3rd down and 5. They left the down marker in the backfield, not the right spot. Trujillo will look to throw, fires, got his man. Who else but Ryan Martinez pinned down at the wall and will move the chains for St. Joseph. Now all they really have to do is just take their time offensively. They have another chance to score it here. And I don't think they can just juice out the rest of this clock. 3.5 minutes left. From the 15, Angelo scrambles to the right side, toss it up, and a one-handed catch. Trying to slip away from the wall is Dominic Marshall. The fantastic and athletic catch. It'll move the chains again for St. Joseph, making it 1st and goal. Goats knocking on the door, looking to extend their lead once more. 5 seconds on the play clock. Trujillo letting it roll, takes the snap, tossing it left side, and a walk-in touchdown again for Deontay Smith. I said it earlier, I'll say it again. It's very common for a Mizzou Tiger to break hearts in the state of Arkansas. And Booth Smith has been the one doing it tonight. I'll give you a quick schedule update momentarily to remind you about the games taking place tomorrow night, as well as the upcoming games for the Arkansas Diamonds. Goats barely getting the playoff for the 1-point conversion. Nearly intercepted, but it's no good. But if you look at the score, it wouldn't have made too much difference. 40-14, the Goats lead the Diamonds. Last season, these two teams played twice, and it was the home team who came away victorious. Neither of them won by this much, though. This is the lone matchup between the two teams, at least in the regular season. We don't know quite yet what the postseason will hold for either squad. But this is the only scheduled matchup between the two squads. And it has been credit to the Goats getting over the first game jitters. Neither team playing a preseason game. And per league rules, didn't start practicing until about a week ago, maybe a week and a half. Pretty short time to practice, and looks like the Goats made the most of it here so far. It'll be Willis throwing the ball away again. And he lost it. Loose ball. Nobody will fall on it, as he just completely lost grip of the football trying to throw it away. That's a first.
Illegal throw off. By rule, the ball will be placed at the 25-yard line. First
So
down.
place the ball at midfield.
2-minute timeout.
And now we reach the 2-minute warning. The Goats looking to close the door on the Arkansas Diamonds. 40-14 the score here from Hot Springs. Well, welcome back to Hot Springs as the Arkansas Diamonds, after the 2-minute warning, have first and 10 from midfield as they trail the Goats 40-14 in the closing 2 minutes of the game. There's another rough snap. Ambrose trying to escape and just lobs it into the stands, and a fan grabs it with one hand. What a catch by the fan. That's one of the best catches we've seen all night. A minute 15 to play. That was a great catch by that fan. I know Jake's Steakhouse in St. Joseph, the watch party, official watch party of the Goats, celebrating tonight. Hey, Chip Holman, do me a favor and save me a seat next time I'm in town there, please. Thank you, brother. Second down and 10 from midfield. Low snap again. Ambrose will scramble to his right, firing it deep to the end zone, looking for AD, and big time pass interference. Flags were flying all over the place. It's going to be on the Goats.
Pass interference.
That's really at this point of the game. That's
10-yard
it
penalty
doesn't
from the
really
previous
matter
spot.
at this point.
Automatic
Barring
first down.
an insane comeback. Let's take a look at the remaining league schedule for week number 1. This is the lone game taking place here on a Friday night. In Springfield, Missouri, the Ozarks Lunkers will host the Eau Claire Axemen tomorrow night at 7 o'clock. Other two games in the league, the Iowa Woo now playing their home games in the Unidome, hosting one of the three new teams of the league, the Monroe Greenheads, and the other two new teams of the league, the Nebraska Siege and the Memphis Hound Dogs, will face off in Nebraska tomorrow night. Ambrose, first and 10, slips away, will take off. Jordan Ambrose tripped up down to about the 5-yard line. Make it the 6, so it'll be a second down and 1. On the ground here for the Diamonds. Coming up for the Diamonds the next 2 weeks, they have a 2-game road trip taking place tomorrow. Their farthest travel will be next week as they go up to Wisconsin to take on the Eau Claire Axemen. And then the following week, they'll head on down to the Boot. Monroe, Louisiana, take on the Greenheads. Here's Ambrose, low snap, trying to slip away, tossing it up to Hobbs, incomplete. The Diamonds will not return home until June 20th, hosting the Ozarks Lunkers, another team the Diamonds are very familiar with, playing them twice last season. They'll do the same thing twice this season. And contrary to this series between the Ghosts and the Diamonds, between the Lunkers and the Diamonds, it's been the road teams victorious in both games last season. Dilworth in motion, third down and short, ball on the ground, and Troy Evans has to pick it up. Now the closing 40 seconds of the game, it'll be fourth down, and a loss of yards about 5. So at 4th and 6. So fourth down, one last play for the Diamonds. 10 seconds on the play clock, but 15 seconds on the game clock. They're going to let the clock run out, and that'll do it for this ball game as both teams shaking hands. St. Joseph Goats 1-0 on the season. A tough start for the Arkansas Diamonds after their rebrand. 0-1 on the year. That'll do it from Hot Springs. Congratulations to the Goats. 40-14 victory over Arkansas. They talk about having a championship caliber team. Well, they showed it tonight. 40-14 our score. We'll be back for a quick post game right after this, live from Hot Springs. Welcome back to Hot Springs as the St. Joseph Goats are 1-0 on the year after a 40-14 victory over the Arkansas Diamonds, formerly known as the Hot Springs Wise Guys, under new ownership here locally. The team rebranded to a statewide appeal, and they came up with the slogan, "Pressure creates diamonds." Well, there was a lot of pressure coming from the Goats tonight, and they dominated the Diamonds, especially in the second half. It was a close game in the first. I mean, it looked like it could have gone back and forth all night long, but the Goats changed up their defensive game plan, and credit to them because they found the weakness for the Arkansas offense. They noticed the center for the Diamonds was struggling in this game and decided to send a 4-man, sometimes 5-man rush at Jordan Ambrose, and that was the key factor here for the Goats. We're going to look over some game highlights now for both teams throughout the game, and there was so many for the St. Joseph Goats. As you see behind me, Rich Rockwell, that's the man you've been hearing screaming all night long, and I'll even give you an update on the upcoming schedule for both teams. It was, like I said, it seemed to be a close game at the very start. I mean, it was both teams just absolutely trading punches here. Here's a great touchdown there by the Goats. And now look at this. Deep in his own territory, in his own end zone, Angelo throwing it up and a complete pass, and then soon after, a few plays later, driving it in for a touchdown. Both teams, I mean, Arkansas didn't quite lose their rhythm early in this game. It seemed that they had the Goats' numbers, but like I said, just that pressure brought up by the Goats was detrimental. Right here was the first touchdown of the game by Aaron Dilworth, and ever since then, we didn't see another score, another catch from him even. Here's an interception by Taylor Hunt of the Arkansas Diamonds. One of the highlights on defense there. And then look at that, big Zeke DeFreak coming down with a reception touchdown. That was the final score, unfortunately, for the Diamonds. Here's a breakaway touchdown by Ely, and he just came jogging into the end zone. There was quite a few of those plays for the St. Joseph Goats. Taking a look at the upcoming schedule for the league, as I mentioned a couple times tonight, tomorrow night we'll see the remaining games of Week 1. The Ozarks Lunkers in Springfield playing host to the Eau Claire Axemen. The Iowa Woo hosting the Monroe Greenheads. The Greenheads, one of the three newer teams in the league this season. The two other new teams, the Nebraska Siege and the Memphis Hound Dogs, will face off in Nebraska tomorrow night. All games will be seen here, streaming live on the Arena League on YouTube, starting for a scheduled time at 7:05 in the evening. Congratulations to the St. Joseph Goats. I mean, it looked like a struggle from the very beginning, but they kept their head down, and look at that. I mean, Deontay Smith, that play right there sums up the game perfectly. As you see, some of the fans, it's become a tradition now to rush the field here in Arkansas and Hot Springs to take over the field and get a chance to meet with the players and have the players sign autographs. Right now, there's going to be a quick press conference backstage here at Bank OZK Arena. We thank you for joining us here live from Oaklawn's Arena League field in Hot